Ben.
Hello.
A couple of people have just messaged and asked if it's worth moving to Australia.
Got a perfect video for you then, eh?
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really...
Is moving to Australia really worth it?
Often when speaking to people who are thinking of making the move to Australia, they've got a couple of things that they're a little bit concerned about.
And I think there are three things. So that's money, lifestyle and family.
Those are the three things that we hear people worrying most about. So they're worried that if they spend all of that money to get here, and it's not a small amount, we can't deny it's pretty exy to move over. You've got the cost of visas, you've got the cost of your medicals, your flights, your accommodation when you get here, car hire.
Shipping your house if you want to be shipping that.
All of those things really add up. So we can understand that people would be hesitant to have all of those outgoings. It's just a bit of a worry that what if I don't like it? What if it's not the right place? What if I want to move back?
Yeah, so we actually made the conscious decision that we would do 5 years if we liked it or not, just so we could do our citizenship. So in 10 years time, if we decide, oh, we actually did really enjoy that, we want to go back, we've still got the option to do that.
Yeah, if we wanted to become one of those ping pong poms.
Yeah, just so you don't have to start the whole process again.
But people really want to know what it's going to be like. That's a massive financial outgoing, and people want to know, am I really going to like it? Am I going to feel settled in Australia? Is it going to feel like my home? That's a really big commitment, I guess, to make, isn't it, before you actually move? So with regards to the money, our perspective has always been that you can remake money, but if you lose out on making memories, you might be able to still do those, but often as you get older your choices get taken away. So by just saying, do you know what, if I lose 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever, c'est la vie.
Don't become one of those people that say, what if, or I wished I did that.
I would have hated to have got to, 60 years old or whatever and said, I really wanted to go to Australia, but I was worried that I didn't have enough money, or I was worried that I'd lose my money. I'd feel pretty gutted actually at 60 years old to think I could have had those experiences and those adventures. I could have made an amazing life, but I was worried.
Yeah, I found out a couple of years ago that my parents actually did want to make the move, but they never really took the opportunity. So I know when my mum visited, she said like what an amazing place this is, and she really wished she would have made that decision.
So anyway, now that we've spent your money for you, let's move on to the next problem that people seem to have, is about leaving family. And I would say it's a very personal decision to make, because there are people that can't be away from their family. They go and see their family in the next road every single day, and their whole life revolves around that family relationships. And if that's you, then probably you shouldn't move. But if you think that you're happy with maybe going for a year without seeing someone, and as long as you know that they're going to come and see you in a year, or you can go back, if you can manage those FaceTime calls, and we love FaceTime calls, that's probably got us through it. We don't feel like we're missing out so much, because when you can see that face in front of you and you're not getting a shock in 10 years time that someone looks completely different, because you're seeing them all the time. So we don't feel so much like we miss people because we can see them.
Yeah, and we find also when people come over to visit, you put a lot more time and effort into being with them and making some really great experiences.
And I think actually, in what Ben said, the fact that we get to experience their Australian adventure with them when they do visit us, we get to be a part of an adventure that they have in their life, is a real good bond. It's a real good experience to have with somebody. The family decision is very personal, and it really depends on how much you rely on seeing your family daily or weekly. For us, we can manage knowing that we're going to see them at some point, and we can manage with the FaceTime calls, and we love our family dearly. So, you know, we are very close with our family, but we can manage those circumstances.
Yeah, and if you're like me, you'll really try and convince them to move over with you anyway.
Yes, Ben does that a lot. No one, apart from our nephew, no one has actually moved over yet, but he wasn't pressured by us.
No.
So that leaves us lastly to the lifestyle, and people wondering, is this going to be the lifestyle that I think it is? Is it going to be what I dream of? We can honestly say Australia is a place of adventure. Australians love nothing more than to get out and have adventure. They love to be outdoors. They love to have a really good work-life balance. They love to have a good standard of living. That genuinely is what Australia is like.
I always see it more as a mix between the best of America and the UK, because over here all the cars are massive, the shopping centres are really big, and the roads are wide. You've got all the beautiful palm trees and stuff like that lining some of the roads. And then the Australians love a bit of banter.
Yeah, with some good values.
Yes. Very good.
Thrown in. I think the Australians have used inspiration from all over the world to make a super country.
Yes. Super duper. Anywho.
Whether you spend 5 years here or a lifetime, I think that moving to Australia definitely is worth doing, because even if you do only spend 5 years, that's 5 years of memories, 5 years of adventure, 5 years of doing something different, having an experience of a lifetime, which you wouldn't just get sitting down doing nothing, worrying.
If you're the type of person thinking, oh, do I want to move somewhere else? Clearly, you are not happy where you are and you want to go travelling. So why not just do 5 years, maybe in each country? If you're not happy with Australia, you don't have to go back to the UK or back to America or wherever you're from. You could go to another country and experience that one as well.
I do think that moving country and doing something new and trying a new experience and having an adventure is money well spent. So you might worry about that money, but in however many years' time, you're not going to care about the money. You're going to care about the memories and the adventures that you had and the stories that you can tell. Those are going to be the things that you treasure. And for that reason, if you're thinking of it, I would just say go for it. You could get to 60 years old or 70 or 80 or 90, whatever, and be...
Well done if you get to 90s.
Yeah, and be telling your grandchildren or your friends about your time where you sat in the pub for your whole life and, you know, you always sat in the same chair every week. Or you could tell them, I moved to another country, I did this, I did that, I experienced life.
That one time in, I don't know, Tibet or something. This one time in Tibet, I met this guy in a pub.
I mean, who cares about the wad of cash in your pocket? You care about what you've done, you know, the people that you've met, the people who you've made memories with. That's what's important in life. And so the question, is it worth moving to Australia? Of course it blinking well is. So I've just got to give you a quick plug. Next week's video is super exciting and we want you to join us. So don't forget to join us on Sunday for, I'm not going to tell you what's happening, but we've got a very different video coming out.
Yeah, I might look a little bit different. So if you like this video, check out this video on Maz's face, and we will see you next week.